Hi Friends of Et Fille. Many of you have asked how the recent fires will affect the wine, so I wanted to give you the scoop. First and foremost, I have to say that I am extremely grateful for the safety of our team members and our land. We're living in a state where over 1 million acres have burned recently, where hundreds have lost their lives, their homes. Some of our colleagues down in Napa have lost their wineries. So I'm just very grateful for our safety. So what happens when wood burns? It emits chemical compounds called volatile phenols that can be absorbed through the skin of a grape, affecting its aroma and flavor. But the tricky thing is that these volatile phenols bind to sugar, which means that we don't know if or how they will present themselves until it has been converted from sugar and grape juice to alcohol and wine. That means that we as winemakers are making a lot of important decisions with very imperfect data. So what are we doing about it? We're doing a series of micro fermentations, which means that on my kitchen counter at home, I have a bunch of jars, mason jars, filled with tiny lots of each vineyard, what the wine would look like from each of those vineyards. And that's allowed me to make some really tough decisions of which vineyards to harvest this year and which to keep hanging and not harvest. The upside of that is that I can select the highest quality so that the wines that we make have the best assurance of being like life well lived, authentic, complex, and balanced. The downside is that choosing not to harvest has a financial impact, not only on us as a winery, but on our vineyard partners and the vineyard workers who rely on that income. It means that we need to remain committed to our vineyard partners, not only in times of bounty, but also in times of risk, and share that risk together. What does this mean for you? 2020 still has some of the hallmarks of a fantastic vintage, but there's just gonna be a lot less of them. For us at Et Fille, we're gonna be making about 20% of what we normally make. So it's too soon to say how the wines will evolve, but what I can say already is that 2020 as a vintage is one about recognizing the forces of nature and all that we cannot control, one about staying grounded in the ground and celebrating the cycles of nature, and about paring down to focus on only the most essential and meaningful aspects. And isn't that something that I think Vintage 2020 has already meant for all of us? And so I raise a glass to you for Vintage 2020. Thank you.